All right, everybody, we are Dog Awful Betting. We are back for another podcast. We are at the South Point Casino Sportsbook, one of my favorite sportsbooks. Very nice. I'm Vegas Nide. I live here in Vegas. I've got a couple of my buddies here. We like to call ourselves Bet Buddies. Bet, B-E-T, not Bet Buddies. We got Puffin and Jarvie here. We are Dog Awful Betting. We have to just talk sports, talk football, have a good time with it. We're not professionals by any means. We do have a Twitter. If you want to give us a follow there at Dog Awful Betting on Twitter. We have a Facebook page. Just do a search, Dog Awful Betting. We post some random stuff on there. Our picks and bets and stuff like that. And, we'll post our podcast on there as well. Right now, we're going to go over the wild card weekend. We're going to make some picks on who we think is going to win and have some fun with that. And let's get started. So there's a couple games on Saturday. Looks like the first game of the day is at 1:30. We got the Seahawks at the 49ers. Right now, I don't know what the exact updated odds are, but my sheet here from South Point, it says that the Niners are minus 10.5 favorites, and the total is going to be 43.5. Who do you guys like in this game? Obviously, I think I know where you're going, but who do you guys like for this game? Jarvie, you want to go first?
I like the 49ers. I mean, I feel like the point spread says it all.
Do you like a money line or do you like the spread as well?
Well, the spread is since that's 10.5, I feel like that's a very tough one to go. 10.5 is a lot. If it was 9.5, I could maybe say I would lean towards the 49ers, but 10.5, I feel like that extra half a point makes it very difficult to just say, man, here it is. I do think that they are the more dominant team. I do think it is, but it's the playoffs, and dogs this year have showed up. Anytime there's been underdogs, I feel like they've covered more than those that are, favored. So if it's 10.5, I'd probably pick Seattle. But if I'm touching this game, I'm probably doing the 49ers money line with some kind of parlay because it's just a lot of points there.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think,
I like the 49ers a lot, actually, in this one. I don't see Seattle having the manpower to really do much with them. I actually took the Niners. I locked them in earlier in the week at 9.5. So I did get that 9.5 number you were talking about, Shane. And then I've got them in a money line parlay. And then I've also actually got them teased down to 2.5, which I love. So, I don't see there's a lot with the Niners. I just think it's going to be a game that is fairly uneventful.
So on this sheet, I guess it's a little bit older. On the board, they do have it at 9.5 right now.
Okay.
So yeah. I like obviously I like the 49ers money line as well. At 10.5,
Well, you said it's 9.5 though.
On the board, yeah.
Yeah, you just said 10.5.
Whatever. Yeah, I meant 9.5. If it is 9.5 on the board, I think I would probably maybe take a chance at 9.5 for them covering. I probably wouldn't wager a whole lot on it. It's tough. I think Seattle, because it's just the whole, they're in the same division. They play each other. This will be the third time. They got that familiarity. I don't care how good a team is. I think they could potentially keep it close. As good as Purdy has been, Seattle might be able to do some things to kind of keep him off his rocker and stay close. So I'm kind of feeling Shane. I'd probably money line him with something else as far as like a parlay goes. I think I would probably do something like that, or I would tease that in the over. So the over is only 43.5. I don't know what the board is. I'm just kind of going off the sheet just for simplicity. I'd probably tease the Niners. Tease the Niners in the over as far as I just want to make one bet on the game. Probably what I would do. So the next game would be 5:15. We got the Chargers at the Jaguars. That's right now. Chargers. It looks. I can't read it from here. It looks like 0.5. The Chargers are 0.5. That's not right. It looks like 0.5 here. So it looks like Chargers are 0.5 favorites, and the over is at 47. What do you guys like in that one, Jordan?
Well, I mean, I think all of it stems on the, Williams and what his condition health is going to be. But I mean, I'm going to go with the more experienced quarterback here. I do think the Jags will be coming in with just the fierce, wanting to show the world that this was no fluke, that their season was something really good. But I'm going to trust the better quarterback. I'm probably going to pick the Chargers on this one. And so if I was betting, I would probably bet the Chargers. But I'm staying away from this game gambling wise. I don't trust picking either one of these two teams personally. I feel like it's just a stay away game for me. But if I had to put money on it, I would probably pick on Herbert and the more experienced quarterback as far as playoff games go.
Yeah,
they
so
both have
like,
0.
I thought Herbert's played before in the playoffs. Is he not?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, I'm still going with Herbert over. I'm going with the better quarterback, man. I think Herbert's the better quarterback, so I'm going with him.
What do you like, Buff?
Actually, I'm the complete opposite than Shane is on this one. I actually took the Jags on the money line. I think that the Jags defense is a little underrated. They're 12th in scoring defense, so they're only giving up 20 points a game, and I think that I think they can, especially if Mike Williams is out. I mean, that's going to be a big deal for the Chargers. If Williams is down, then that's a big a gash for them. And I like the way that Trevor Lawrence has been playing. I think he's been a top 5 quarterback the past 9 weeks, and I think he's played in big games, although not the NFL, but he's won a national title. He's played in big games in college, so I don't think the stage is going to be too big for him. It's at home, it's in Jacksonville, and I just like the Jags. Like I said, I took them money line, and I actually have them teased in a 7-point teaser as well that I got. But I do like the Jags here at home.
I'm gonna go Chargers. It looks like the updated line is at 2.5 roughly. I would take them minus 2.5 all day over the Chargers or over the Jaguars. They're on the road. That's going West Coast to East Coast. That scares me a little bit. But I think overall the Chargers are just a better team. I know it's both their first playoff games. But yeah, I agree with Shane. It's just a better quarterback. So I would take the minus 2.5, or I would probably parlay the Niners money line with the Chargers minus 2.5 is probably what I would consider doing.
So, do you put any stock in that the Jaguars already beat them?
No, not really.
Okay.
Well, where was it at? You know where the game was?
Jacksonville.
It was in Jacksonville. Yeah, what was the score? Do you know?
I can look it up. I really don't know off the top of my head, but
I don't think it affects me that much. Was it earlier in the year, later in the year? Like who was in, who was out, all that type of stuff. I don't know. I think I still lean Chargers minus 2.5.
It was week 3, and the Jaguars beat them by 28.
Yeah. And Herbert was hurt at that time, wasn't he? I mean, didn't they play the Chiefs?
And actually,
week 2?
I was wrong. It was in LA.
Yeah. If I remember right, I think Herbert was probably dealing with some rib injuries then. I mean, that Chiefs game, I think he played. Did he play them in week 2?
Oh, I remember that.
And
didn't he get roughed up?
I think he was dealing with some stuff. And I'm not. I mean, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not touching the game. I think this game's a coin toss on what's going to win. And again, I agree 100%. It comes down to if Williams is going to play or not. But I just lean towards the better quarterback, at least for my trusting. I just think Herbert's the better quarterback. But I think he's healthier than he was in week 3. And we'll see though. I mean, they've been playing. I mean, Chargers been playing good ball too, so we'll see.
Yeah, I like Chargers. All right, let's go to Sunday's matchups. Looks like we got the 10 o'clock game is going to be the Dolphins at the Bills. I'm not going to use that sheet. I don't think it's right. Let me look up what Westgate has. Westgate has Dolphins at the Bills minus 13.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Tua's out. That affects that a little bit. Jarvie, what do you like of this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be the Bills all the way. The thing is about the Bills now, this is going to be their first game since that whole incident that went down as far as just, well, not the first game. But, I mean, I think – all right, here's the deal. I think there's going to be a lot of fire wanting to come out and play for him too as the playoffs are going. And I also just – no Tua. I mean, here's the deal. If Tua was there, I think this game would be a shootout just because of the playmaking ability and Tyreek Hill and Waddle and everything else that they have there in Miami. But since Tua is not there, I just don't see them being able to keep pace with Buffalo in Buffalo. I mean, we're talking Miami down south compared to playing up north in that Buffalo stadium. Fans are going to be crazy. I just don't see it being much of a match at all. I just think and here's the deal. I'm going to do probably a money line and probably tease this game down to cover. But if I was still betting, I probably would still bet the Bills to cover the 13. But I'm probably going to tease this one down. I do. I know the Bills have been shaky over the year. This last year, I feel like they've kind of snuck out a few wins a few times. Jake Allen hasn't been his best, but I do think that they're a better quality football team, and with no QB to get the ball to Tyreek Hill and them, I think the Bills are just a way better team this weekend.
What do you like, Puff?
Yeah. I don't really know what there really is to talk about. I mean, I think that the Bills are. I just don't see it being a game. I've got the Bills in a money line parlay with the Niners and the Bengals, but I teased Miami up to 16.5. So I think they could probably keep it. I think it's going to be around that number, honestly. I just don't see what Skylar Thompson can do to keep them in the game. I mean, outside of McDaniel, drawing up trick plays and direct snapping it to Tyreek or to Waddle, I don't know what else you do. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I definitely go Bills money line. Obviously, 13 points is a lot for the playoffs. I don't really trust Thompson either, but like I said, 13 is a lot. I would probably maybe put them and the Niners in a parlay and tease it if I was going to. But yeah, definitely the Bills are going to win this one out for sure. Let's move to the 140 game. Looks like we got the Giants at the Vikings. The Vikings are -3. I do think that is way low. What do you think, Jarvie?
I got the Vikings. I've rode the Vikings all year this year. I still, despite just getting little wins at a time there, sometimes that just helps you during the playoffs. You learn to play big in big moments. And I just think that the playmaking ability in Justin Jefferson, which we've already talked about tonight, is, he could be up there as an MVP candidate just as a wide receiver himself. You have that kind of playmaker on your team, you're going to be in any ball game. And I just think, you know, I just think he's a hard guy to shut down. So I just think Minnesota is the pick that I'm going to go with on this one, just because of Jeff.
-3.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Puff?
I'm gonna disagree with Shane again. I've got the Giants in this one
What?
+3. Yep, I do. And
you
I
like
actually,
the Giants that much? No,
I do.
way.
I think that I've got them +3 right now, and you might be getting a text from me the next day or two to go money line too, because I just I don't believe in the Vikings. I don't believe in their defense. I think Saquon is going to have a career day I think he's going to run all over him. And I think that Daniel Jones, while he gets made fun of a lot, I think he's better than what people give him credit for. And I think that Brian Daboll is a hell of a coach, and I just think that the Giants, they're 14th in passing defense. So I think that they have the opportunity to, they're only giving up 218 passing yards a game, and that means something to me when you play in a division with the Eagles and the Cowboys. Those are two teams that throw the ball all over the yard, and so I like the Giants at +3 here, and I may bet it, I may not, but it's not going to surprise me at all if they go in there and beat the Vikings.
I think you're a little absurd with that prediction. I don't think it happens whatsoever. I think the Vikings have the pieces to actually go on and win the Super Bowl. It may not be pretty, but I think they do. I actually, I think they'll -3.5. I think they'll beat them by more than -3. I would actually alternate spread that and go -7.5 or 200. That's how confident I am in beating the Giants. I just don't think the Giants are ready. I just don't think they're anywhere near the level of the Vikings. So that's what I would do personally. Obviously, we'll see, but that'll be a fun one. Let's get to the next game. At 5:20, the Sunday night game, we have the Ravens at the Bengals -9.5. What do you like there, Joey?
There's no Lamar, I don't think, and with no Lamar, I think the Bengals are just the better team. But 9.5 is quite a bit of points, just because Baltimore still. They're well coached. Every game in this division, whether it be the Steelers and the Ravens, or the Bengals and the Ravens, or whoever else that's in there, it's always a battle. And since these guys are going against each other, I would probably lean towards taking the points. But I do like the Cincinnati money line. I would definitely, tease them down to just basically a 2-point, -2.5 points, because I do think they would cover that. But they know each other. They play each other every year, more than once, and so I do think that this will be a battle in some form. Just on the defensive side, I do think that Baltimore will come out ready to play defensively against them, but I just think that in the end there's just too much offensive power at the end, and I just think 9.5 points. That's quite a bit, and I'd probably pick Baltimore plus the 9.5, but I would definitely take the money line for sure on the Bengals.
What do you like, bro?
I like the Bengals in this one. I didn't bet the spread or anything like that. I just threw the Bengals in in a 3-team money line parlay with the Niners and the Bills. But yeah, I like the Bengals. I mean, without Lamar, I don't know what the Ravens offense can do. Their defense, I agree, is going to be there. I mean, they may cover the 9.5, but I don't see that offense being able to score with Burrow and Chase and Higgins and Boyd and Mixon and Hurst. I don't see them being able to keep up with them. So yeah, I like the Bengals in this one.
Well, I mean, that's fine and all, but I think you guys would be wrong in your predictions. I'm gonna go Ravens money line. Got a little something extra here for you guys.
Such a turd.
You didn't see that one happening. Yeah, Lamar's probably out. I'll give you that.
He is out.
Yeah.
He is out.
But I'm looking at it from this angle. Ravens have a great defense. The offensive line for the Bengals, they're missing 2 starters.
Sure.
I think they get a lot of pressure on Burrow and make it hard. So I'm definitely going Ravens money line on Sunday. I will probably go to the book to watch that game so I can be an idiot in front of everybody. That's my pick. You like that little surprise, fellas?
I like the Bengals, but it would not shock me if the Ravens pulled it off. I mean, if they're gonna do it, they're gonna have to create turnovers, which means getting to Burrow.
Solid defense, and Huntley has to play at least decent. Like, he's got to be a little. Well,
he may not. They're saying he may not go.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Who's the other guy? I forgot.
Oh God, it's Huntley and
I can't remember.
Whatever. But yeah, they were saying today that he may not be able to go.
Right.
So
yeah, it's gonna come down to the Ravens defense just roughing up the Bengals for the shot. But at plus 400, count me in. That's why I'm gonna throw my money just for shits and giggles. Hopefully it hits for me. I would love for them to win and see Lamar come back next week, potentially if he's healthy. Obviously, I would love to see that. Let's get to Monday's game. We have the Cowboys at the Bucks. Cowboys are favorite at the Bucks at -2.5. Jarvie, what do you got?
Well, I know it's hard to go against Tom Brady in the playoffs because this guy always gets things done, and it's Tom Brady versus Dak. This is really hard because I honestly think that the Cowboys are the better team. But the fact that it's Dak versus Tom Brady, which scares me a little bit. I am going to very slightly lean Dallas to cover, but this is a toss-up. I mean, Tom Brady is tough to bet against in the playoffs. I mean, he is he's just solid. But I am going to go Dallas just because I do think over the whole thing, they are the better team over it all. I just feel that way.
Yeah, what do you like?
I took Tampa in a teaser. I teased them up to 9.5 on that. And I am absolutely 100% Tampa money line on this.
Oh yeah, really?
Yep, I am. I think that Dak is not playing very good at all. That the Cowboys defense is starting to kind of come back down to earth a little bit. They're not shutting teams down like they were before. And I just think it's one of those deals. You tell Tom Brady he can't do something, and it's almost like he's like, okay, you son of a bitch. I've seen it enough times, and it drives me absolutely crazy. But I've just seen him win a game when he has to. He's going to be in Tampa. That crowd is going to be nuts for him. It's Monday night, prime time. Dak is 1-3 in the playoffs. He's not done much of anything. And I'm not betting against Tom Brady when all he has to do is play good enough to win one game. And I think the Bucs defense is still really good. So yeah, I'm going to bet on Brady here. I'm not betting on Dak.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of go the same route I did with the Vikings. I think you're nuts. I don't think Bucks have it in them to win. I'm gonna go. I would actually alternate spread this one as well. I would go minus 7.5 Cowboys at plus 220. I would.
Ain't doing that.
I would. Look, I get it. Brady's the GOAT, greatest of all time. He's had some great moments, but he's just not there. Like I think a lot of it has to do with the team. Yeah, like you said, like Cowboys just overall have the better team. I know there's question marks around Dak and stuff like that, but it comes down to the overall better team. I think the Cowboys defense is far superior than the Bucks defense, and whether they've been bumpy the last week or two or not, I think they can show up this week and take care of business. So I actually think they beat them by more than 7.5. So that's my pick. I go to Cowboys. So you guys want to add
Very
anything
good.
else? You guys want to add anything else before we call it a night?
No, I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready for games that matter.
Yeah, it'll be.
I'm ready to watch.
Me too.
I'm ready to watch a weekend of games where I don't have to chew my fingernails down to the bone.
Yeah. that'll be next weekend.
I know exactly.
All right, so this will be it for this podcast. We'll try to get one in next week as well. We'll recap the weekend and we'll make some predictions for next week as well. Have a good weekend, boys. Hope you guys hit. Peace out.
Good luck, everybody. See you
Good
next
luck.
week.